Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Billy. This channel is all about fashion, luxury, and lifestyle. So if you're into any of those, please consider subscribing. I actually have already filmed the video that was supposed to be released today. However, well, I don't even know how to say this. I'm still getting over it, but yeah, okay, so I had already filmed a video for you guys. But then we received the news that Alessandro Michele is leaving Gucci. And I just think that it's a really interesting topic to talk about in this channel. And what are my thoughts and everything, why did he leave and everything. So yeah, that's mainly the thing that we are going to talk about. But yes, I'm going to include a little bit this is going to be a little bit of like a fashion news kind of thing. So basically, I have two important news that I think everyone should know, and then I have an extra news that is a collaboration, which I think is really interesting. And I actually have an unboxing from this collaboration. So let's just get started because this is about to get juicy. And honestly, I can't believe this. Yes, so Alessandro Michele has worked for Gucci for years. And I mean years, like he even worked during Tom Ford times. Actually, if you don't know the history, Alessandro Michele was hired by Tom Ford to design bags and accessories for the brand. Later on, Tom Ford left, and then we had, I don't remember this woman's name, but yeah, we had another designer for like 2 years, and then she left, and Alessandro was named creative director, and he basically gave a whole new turn to the brand, because Tom Ford was really like sexy kind of thing. Then the successive designer was really like formal and like, I don't know, kind of unattainable kind of thing. That's what the vibe she wanted to give. And after that, Alessandro Michele gave us something just different. His take on Gucci, but in my opinion, he never left this Tom Ford behind, you know? On his collections, we can still see a little bit of Tom Ford in there, you know? And at the end, Alessandro was working for Tom Ford, so there's no one that knows the brand. You know, when it comes to Tom Ford designs, no one knows it better than him because he worked for him. And I remember I have watched like a lot of videos and read a lot about this because I don't know, I just feel like it's really interesting. But the first collection from Alessandro was actually really like bad in terms of reviews. People were so bad to him. They were saying that he ruined the brand, and later on they said that he was copying Tom Ford, like literally doing the same as he did when it comes to bags and everything. But then it's like, no, he is actually doing himself, because in the past when Tom Ford was creative director, Alessandro was the one designing the bags and the accessories. So he was just continuing to do that when he was a creative director. But at the end, like, maybe people who said this don't even know what they're talking about. But yeah, like the first collection from Alessandro was really bad in terms of reviews. People were hating it. They were saying he was ruining the brand. Like, everything was bad, you know? Alessandro even thought he was going to be fired, which I think is like crazy because he has now worked for Gucci for a really long time. And yeah, but yeah, he actually was really good for the brand in terms of sales. So I don't really remember the time when Tom Ford was a creative director because I don't know if I was even born by then, and I didn't really care about fashion. But I can tell you that when I started kind of getting into the idea of liking fashion and designer things and everything, I was always drawn to Gucci, and this is because of Alessandro. He gave a total turn to the brand. He wanted to aim for a younger market, and he made it a little bit more streetwear, a little bit more fun, and whatever. But this is like my opinion. People out there will be hating Gucci, and I actually get it. But for me, I actually did give a little bit of hate towards Gucci in the past. However, now that I started to study fashion and everything, I now understand what he did. I now respect him, and I respect his designs, and I respect his shows and everything. And he was actually really, really good for the brand. In terms of sales, he rose the sales like tremendously. Okay, but now I want to talk about what is like the juicy part, which is why is he leaving? Like, if he was so good for the brand, why would he leave? And the fact is, I actually read and heard some things and everything, but I'm just gonna tell you what I've heard. And the thing is that Gucci wants to elevate the brand to be kind of in the level of Dior, Hermes, Chanel, that kind of thing. And they don't think that they can do that if they don't change the creative direction of the brand. To me, I mean, I get that they want to do that and everything, but that's not everything. Like, I actually think Gucci is at the top right now. They are doing everything, and I mean everything. I mean, I know Balenciaga is kind of like what everyone talks about and whatever, because they release like this items that no one would buy and whatever. But Gucci is in the mouths of everyone for another reason, because they are in everything. Metaverse, they have a restaurant, like they are doing a million projects all the time, a million collaborations. Like, it's just so hard to keep up with Gucci because they are doing so much. And to me, that's what's exciting about Gucci. Like, maybe all these collaborations and fun stuff that they're doing, I'm not buying from them, but I do love it, and I do respect it, and I do think that it's great, and that Gucci is doing many things that other brands are not. Like, Gucci is always ahead of the game, and I really like that. But yeah, basically that's what I heard, that they think they need a turn on the creative direction, that they want to take the brand a little bit more up, and that cannot be done with Alessandro, because at the end, Alessandro has his own take on what Gucci is, and he has done it for a lot of years. And it's like you're saying to a creative director, hey, I don't like your style anymore, and we want you to change it up. I don't like your take on Gucci, and now I want you to give a whole new take on Gucci. And for him, it's like, no, I cannot do that. This is my take on Gucci. If this is not what you want anymore, I get it, and I leave. So I totally respect that, and I totally get it. But for me, it was really shocking. Like, honestly, I feel like his last collection was great. I mean, the first time that I saw it, I think many people thought this as well, but what I thought was, okay, this is really unwearable. The styling is crazy, and like no one will buy anything from this show. I know this is really harsh, but those were my first thoughts. And this is when I saw the show kind of like just scrolling through Vogue Runway. Like, I didn't really watch the whole show. Then I watched the whole show and my mind changed completely. The whole experience and the twins stuff and everything was just amazing. I feel like this was actually a really good show. Like, really good show. Spring Summer 23, and the Spring Summer 22 show as well was amazing. That show I actually like because of the clothes itself. Like, everything that I saw in there, I was like, okay, this is amazing and this is crazy and I love it. And yes, at the end, people always, well, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, people are always like talking really bad about Gucci because they're like, okay, he's releasing this really crazy styling stuff and really crazy things on the runway, and who will wear this? Like, this is so unwearable, no one will like it and whatever. But at the end, he doesn't even try to sell it. Like, he's just giving a show, and that's what we want. I mean, for me, in terms of like fashion runways, you guys have no idea how many fashion runways there are. And we are tired. We want to see something different. We want to see something fun. And that's what Gucci is giving to us. And even if the show is a little bit crazy and a little bit over the top and you're like, okay, that's unwearable, that doesn't work, that doesn't really matter, because at the end they don't even try to sell it. They will try to sell you something that is actually wearable and everything. Like, I just think there's that. So there's another topic that I want to talk about, which is Gucci in terms of finance. Okay, so as I told you before, financially Gucci was doing really good when Alessandro Michele took creative direction. He rose the sales magnificently and he was doing really well. Then the sales went a little bit down in the pandemic, but of course that makes sense, you know, it's because of the pandemic. But the thing is that it was rising a little bit more slow than brands like Dior, Hermes, and Louis Vuitton. It wasn't rising as much as those other brands, but I don't think that is something to worry about, honestly. Well, that's just my opinion again, but yeah, I mean, Gucci was struggling a little bit more than other brands, but you know, going down is normal. There was a freaking pandemic, you guys. You know, like, it's totally understandable. And I don't think that Alessandro was doing something really bad. Like, it was just stuff that happens. It's normal. But yeah, I think Gucci was kind of not accepting this, and they were like, no, we have to be at the top on finance. And yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to read you a little bit about what Alessandro was saying. This is from Business of Fashion. And it says, Michele too has hinted he could use a break just as the brand seeks to accelerate its creative rhythm. Working is becoming more and more intense for me, he told reporters following his show at the Milan Fashion Week in September. This tiredness is something different. The backstage work this season was more tiring than usual, he added. And I think I do get this. I get it. Well, first of all, I think if this season the backstage was harsh for him, was really hard for him, I think it is because he did a lot. I did think this before. Like, Alessandro, he did, like, the show was so long. It was like 100 pieces. But it wasn't just that. It was also the fact that there were twin models. So every single person had to be, like, every single look had to be styled twice. Like, I feel like this is the main reason why the backstage was so bad for him. I mean, I can't even imagine how much time it took to do this. And not the fact that you are just styling like double of what you would style normally, but also the fact that they are meant to be styled on the same exact way. They have to look identical. So on style, I have worked as a dresser for a fashion show, and I know how hard it is. Like, when the look is finished and everything, they take a photo of how the look is supposed to look. So they have a belt, you have a necklace, you have this detail, you have this other detail, you have the hair, you have so much things to take care of. And I can't imagine how much work it would be to do this twice and for like 100 looks. This is crazy. Like, I do get that, and it is crazy. He just did too much. I mean, well, it's not too much, but it was a lot. And yes, another thing is that, yes, Gucci wants to accelerate, you know, everything. They want to get lots of collections out. They want to be on the top. And for Alessandro, this is just being too much. And I get it. And I think it's totally understandable from his part. I don't know how we never saw this coming. I certainly didn't. But I am really sad about this. Yesterday, I was so like sad. I couldn't get over it, also because I feel like this last collection from Alessandro was amazing. It was great. For me, I really liked it. It was just really good collection. Now, thinking about everything and reading through all these articles and everything, now I get it, and I think it is fine. I mean, if Alessandro is thinking, I don't want them to change the way I creatively direct this brand. I don't want them to change my creativity and my style. I don't want to accelerate because what he's doing is already a lot. And I just don't. And I don't want to, and I can't. And I think that is completely understandable. And also, he has been giving all of himself to the brand for a few years now. So I get it. And I think that it's good that he leaves if he doesn't feel comfortable anymore and he doesn't feel like he will be able to keep up with everything that's coming up for him. And now I am actually excited of who is going to be the next creative director and what he has to bring to Gucci. And also I am really excited about the take that this future person is going to give in terms of accessories and everything. And I also question if this person is going to respect the past designers, well, the past creative directors like Tom Ford and Alessandro. Like, I think it would be really interesting to see a take on Gucci mixing Tom Ford, Alessandro, and this new creative director take on Gucci. So there's that. Now let's get into the second news, which you might have already seen as well, maybe you haven't, but it is that Raf Simmons is closing his brand. So the last collection that she showed was the last one. For me, I don't really care because I know I'm being too harsh, but I don't like the Raf Simmons brand at all. I have seen his runways and I don't know, I don't want to be too harsh. Maybe I should shut up now. I'm not gonna comment on that anymore, okay? But just, yeah, basically he's closing his brand. But the thing is, people are questioning if Miuccia Prada is like getting tired. And okay, so this is what people are thinking, and I think this is like a really good take on this idea. Like, I think this as well. Basically, Miuccia is thinking of leaving. She's thinking of retiring, but she still wants Raf to learn everything, her creative direction process. She wants him to learn that, so then she can leave and Prada will prevail and still be a little bit of Miuccia and a little bit of Raf, which I think is a really good idea to do. And it would make sense that Raf closes his brand, so now he can totally focus on Prada. And I guess if he's doing Prada, he might be doing Miu Miu as well, and now he doesn't have to do like 3 brands at the same time, or maybe just focusing totally on Prada. To me, it makes sense. To me, I don't really mind about him closing his brand, honestly. But I think this is good. Like, if Miuccia is tired and is thinking of retiring, I think it's great that she's leaving all these ideas and space for Raf. I think that is great. And now on a more, I don't know how to say it, like happy note. I don't know. All of this news is like, I don't know. I just feel like it makes me think like, what is happening in fashion right now? I think it's like a new era that's coming up soon. The other day in school, we were also saying like, who is going to be the new creative director of Armani? Because I mean, that man is old and we need something new. We need to start thinking about the future. I love him and I think he's amazing, but yes, I think we do have to start thinking about the future. And I don't know, I'm getting excited because it's going to be a new creative director for Gucci. Miuccia might leave Prada, so now we are having Raf Simmons as the creative director. Louis Vuitton is also looking for a new creative director. Ferragamo just changed its creative director. Burberry just changed its creative director. Bottega Veneta did it as well. And now, yeah, like everything is changing, and I think this is so interesting. I'm actually I don't know. I'm excited about what's to come in terms of creative directors and everything. Louis Vuitton new creative director for menswear. That's really interesting. I really want to know who is going to be this person. Because Virgil is so hard to replace. But yeah. Now let's get into the more fun part. So I don't know if you have heard about this, but Jean-Paul Gaultier did this really fun collection, and they had a collaboration with Manso. And basically, I have seen Manso before, but Manso is a brand, I believe, from Spain, and I think they're based in Barcelona, and they make this really interesting and fun pieces, which I think are super cool jewelry, basically. And they do I believe they only do, or they mostly do rings. I don't really know if they do earrings or if they do necklaces. I think they have done necklaces for this collaboration that I'm talking about, but I'm not really sure if that's what they do. But I already knew this brand because a lot of girls in my school have been wearing these rings from Manso, and I always thought they were amazing. And then I was scrolling through Numero, and I saw that Jean-Paul Gaultier had released this super cool collection and whatever. And then I saw that they had collaborated with Manso, and I was like, this is my time to get something from them. I had already thought about getting something from them, but this was just like my wake-up call telling me you have to get it now, and I'm really happy about it. So I will pop, of course, photos of the collaboration and of this collection and everything. I'm going to unbox this. So this is what it comes in when you first receive it. Then you have another bag inside, and this is like those bags that has like bubble stuff inside it. And then we have this little box. So Jean-Paul Gaultier and Manso. And here it says like, take care of this thing and I don't know what. So we open it. I have already opened this, by the way, and I think it's really interesting how they did it. So look at this. I don't know, I just feel like it's really interesting how the ring comes packaged in this little glove thingy. Okay, so basically I got this ring from Manso and Jean-Paul Gaultier collaboration. It is amazing. As you can see, it is like huge ring. Like, it is crazy how huge this ring is. But I don't know, it's super fun, super interesting, so different from what I would normally buy. Like, I don't know. When I saw this on my friends, I was like, this is so interesting, this is so fun, I want one. And actually, I was thinking about, before the collaboration, I was already thinking about getting one ring from Manso, and I don't know, figuring out if I really like this style or maybe it's not my thing, and thinking about ordering other rings from them. But with this ring, they definitely got me. It's so interesting, it's so beautiful. I love it. By the way, I got it in a size extra small, and I have to say their sizing reference thingy is super accurate, because to make sure you are ordering the right size, you have to measure a ring that you already own and just put it inside a little circle that they have right there. And the ring that I used was the ring that I used on this finger, and I ordered extra small, and it fits me in this finger right here. Just fits in this finger, but it's really accurate. So if you're thinking about getting something from this collaboration, I feel like this ring is definitely beautiful. They have another version, they have other version of this ring and this collaboration. They also have it in green, and I'm actually thinking about getting the green one. I know that this exact ring is named La Joya de la Corona, I believe, because it was like the designer's favorite ring. I mean, whoever designs in Manso, I believe this was her favorite ring. And that's why she called it La Joya de la Corona. And this is beautiful. Look at the details. This is so amazing. And right here, I'm sorry my camera is so bad and it's like not focusing. But right here you have, I don't think you can see it, but you have a little detail that just says Jean-Paul Gaultier right there. The other rings from this brand don't say that, of course. And yeah, I really encourage you to check this out. Check out the collaboration and the Jean-Paul Gaultier collection. I feel like it's super fun, super amazing. I really like the circle vibes and things. I don't know, it's super cool. The collaboration with Manso is actually beautiful. I cannot get over this ring. I'm actually gonna wear it today because I don't know, it makes my hoodie pop a little bit more. I don't know, I love it. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you think about all this juicy talk that we have today. I'm really, I don't know, I'm speechless right now. I already gave you my opinion on everything, but I am still speechless on everything. I feel like the world just, well, I know it always keeps changing, but in terms of fashion, like sometimes we get really used to someone being the creative director and someone being like, yeah, things being the usual kind of thing. And then they go and change it up and everything is changing right now. And I don't know, it just drives me crazy. I will be missing Alessandro on Gucci. I really like his work in there. He had his up and downs for me, but overall he was amazing for the brand. I'm really excited for what's to come. And yes, let me know what you think about all these news. Let me know if you like this kind of videos. I just think that it was really interesting topic to talk about. Don't worry, because the video that I filmed yesterday is going to be released next week, or maybe even before that, who knows. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about all this juicy stuff in fashion, and about the collaboration and everything. Just let me know what you think about this kind of videos, if you like them, if you don't. Remember, this channel is all about fashion, luxury, and lifestyle. So if you like any of those themes, please consider subscribing to my channel. And thank you so much. See you on my next video.